Hey, how's it going, guys? Pat here. Grateful, recovering alcoholic and addict. Okay. Let's see. All right. Today we're going to talk about believing in yourself. All right, because you need to. All right. That's a big thing I haven't really touched on much on this video series. All right. Again, I was an alcoholic. I haven't had a drink in well over 24 years now, but I just traded it for drugs and traded alcoholism for addiction. And it got a lot worse, to be honest with you. All right, so but between the two, between alcohol and drugs, I've been in active addiction for 40 years. Okay, or I was in active addiction for 40 years till the end of last year. And one thing that started it, somewhere along the line, I just started wanting more, right? Knowing that I wanted to be the person I used to be, man. I wanted to get back to the person I used to love. Okay, so um, it started off with, just wanting to not do harm, realizing the amount of harm we do by putting other people down. So for me, that's where it started. Just making sure that no matter what I did, I wasn't putting other people down. But I was still putting myself down. So, that's no good either, right? Because you got to start with yourself. From there, somebody asked me to say a prayer one night. I said a prayer, and it actually felt really good. I felt a little bit lighter. It's something that stuck with me, all right? So I started saying a prayer every night. And little by little, things started to change. I started feeling myself to really starting to get introspective, realizing how badly I wanted to get off the drugs. I was hooked on heroin and fentanyl, really. Fentanyl, there's no, well, anyway, you all know. But I couldn't kick it myself, right? I tried. I was sitting home trying to detox, and it was actually a bad idea because I actually hadn't had a drink of water in almost 3 days, which is pretty much where you die. And that's where I was at. When fortunately my landlord called me, asked why my truck hadn't moved in a few days, and he actually called the fire department. I sent them away, called the police department. They came in and talked me into going to the hospital, right? And again, you know what? Dope man called before I got changed into the hospital gown, so I walked out of the hospital and got high one more time. And but you know what? The seed was planted. I had enough. My landlord also told me if I didn't go to rehab, he was going to evict me. And excuse me. And so that was enough, right? So I called the next morning and I got a bed and detox, and my story started from there. But again, it goes back to prayer. When I started praying more and started feeling more, I started looking at myself more, and I started to actually believe that I could do better. I wanted better. I needed better. I couldn't keep going the way I was going. There just wasn't a future in it for me, right? And after 40 years, I mean, come on, I'm lucky I'm still here. I'm really lucky I'm still here. It's a testament that, God wanted better for me because He carried me for 40 years when I couldn't carry myself. Got me through things that no man will walk through. There's no reason, I shouldn't have died the couple of times that I died, and a few other times that I, wrecked cars, whatever, and just, horrific accidents that I walked away from, okay? So, that's why I'm doing these now. It's my turn to give back. He got me this far. It's time for me to start finding my purpose. And for me, being in alignment means being of service, all right? So, one way or another, I will be of service to God for the rest of my life, right? It's my higher power, right? Call it what you want, universe, spirit, whatever. But, it starts with a conversation. You got to admit that you got to surrender. You got to admit that you're powerless. It's step one, and you know what? That one's there's no two ways around it, right? You're not going to seek help if you think you're not. If you think you're having a great time, then you wouldn't be watching this video because nobody wants to sit there and listen to me talk for no reason, right? Or anything else you're doing, right? Obviously, right? You want better. You're not having a good time. It's time to end this, all right? And now's a great time to do it. So you got to learn to believe in yourself, and you'll start that will happen talking to God because God will start to show you the things that matter to you, the gifts that you have, the good qualities that you have, and I'll also show you things that need to forgive and you got to heal from. Okay, and I'll tell you, I can't believe I know all this already because just a few short weeks ago, man, I walked into detox so cloudy that it really bothered me that I had absolutely no idea what mattered to me, what I wanted to do, what my future was going to look like. And at that point, I didn't necessarily believe I had a future, but I had enough faith that I was willing to give it a shot. So what I started to do, what did I do? I started to really pray on it and ask Him, God, hey, get my mind clear. Remind me what matters. All right, show me what I really care about. Show me what I want, and He did. Everything I prayed for has been coming to day in day out. It's really remarkable. It really is. Excuse me, I gotta blow my nose here, guys. Forgive me. It's 2 degrees and I was working outside all day. All right, so I get a little bit of a cold here. But again, when you start to pray and you find a conscious contact, a relationship with God, higher power, whatever you want to call it, he'll get you to stop believing in yourself because he believes in you. I believe in you. All right, you have a lot of good in you, man. I say it every time. Say it again. God makes no two people alike, and no two people have the same path. Finding that path is called getting in alignment, and you'll find that through prayer, meditation, unless you know already. But you know what? Maybe you think you know, you don't. All right? Or maybe maybe you're on the right path, but obviously you're doing what you're doing. Something's wrong, right? So pray on it, find the conversation, and just watch what happens, man. You got nothing to lose, but do it honestly from the heart. Want better, all right? Because you can get better, and you'll do better, and you'll get better, right? Now, but the first step is pray. The second step is get help. Okay, get into a detox. Seek further treatment. Whether it's IOP, something outpatient, whether it's a halfway house, sober home. You'll know what's right for you. But do what's right, not what you want to do. Not what's the easiest way to go, but do what's right for you, okay? If you think, no, I can't invest that long, it's not that long, man. How long you been doing what you're doing? How long you been wasting, all these opportunities, all this time, right? And it doesn't have to be a waste. You can use that experience for something good. But don't be afraid of the commitment. Start one day at a time. That's literally why you got to focus on one day at a time. It starts with getting into treatment. Getting honest with yourself, getting honest with God, asking for help, having a conversation. Start to pray the right way. This book's on literally scientifically how to pray, and I tell you what, man, it makes a difference. The clarity, the health, the things that are happening in my life today are shocking to me, and they're shocking in a good way instead of bad, because I had a lot of bad, shocking things happen for a long, long time. So, believe in yourself, talk to God about it, and take those first steps. And every time you take one more step forward, you're going to feel a little bit better about yourself, right? You're going to start to get a little bit of strength, a little bit of clarity, a little bit of momentum, okay? And you know what? In the meantime, don't give away something you don't have to give. But if you can help somebody else along the way, that's powerful too, okay? That is something that is so strong, because when you help somebody else, you make yourself feel better, right? You really do. You realize that there's good in you. No matter how thuggish, street tough, whatever you want to be, that's crap, man. That's just all facade. That's literally just hiding fear, okay? And just give it up, man. Because you know what? When you get real with God and you start to realize that you turn your will over to somebody else, you realize there's something greater than yourself out there. You can turn over all your fear and anxieties too. And when you lose them, it's amazing. All right. I mean, I had a paralyzing fear of public speaking, and here I am making these videos. I still got no teeth in my mouth. I still got this thing hanging off my face, but these are all things that are getting taken care of. But as God has given me all the gifts He's given me, I've been asked to give back, and you know what? I'm happy to overcome this, and I'm getting more comfortable, and I'm starting to actually enjoy this, right? So things change so quickly when you do the work. And that's all you got to do is start doing a little bit of work. Meet God halfway. But have a conversation with Him. Get real. Ask Him to put you in alignment with your soul's true path. It's powerful, man, because you have a mission in this world. We all do. We are all needed. You're needed. Your family needs you. People you think never want to talk to you again or whatever else. No, that's not true, man. Everything can be repaired. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Everything can be repaired. Everything can be restored. God can restore anything, and He will. If you ask Him and you get honest with it, right? So, all right, yeah, pray. And as you get a little momentum going, just focus on taking the next right step. All right, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't start thinking way into the future. Don't start, I don't have this. One step at a time. But every time you make a step, congratulate yourself, celebrate your victory, and then move on to the next one. Okay, and just get that momentum going, guys, because it starts to build up really, really quick, and you get really strong and really focused and really clear. And I'll tell you, there's nothing better than feeling good about yourself for the stuff that you're doing. And celebrate others, celebrate yourself, but celebrate victories, and just, continue that momentum forward. And if you happen to fall down, that's okay too. Forgive yourself, because that's another big part of this. You got to learn to forgive yourself, forgive others, forgive those that have hurt you, because that way they don't carry any weight over you. If you fall down, that's fine. Forgive yourself and get back up. But again, I got to make a side note here. If your drug of choice is like me, the heroin, the fentanyl, as you get even 2 or 3 days of clean time, guys, you got to be careful, because if you relapse, you're at a very high risk of overdose, and like serious overdose, right? That's both the 2 overdoses that I've had. Both came after, one was like, I think 8 or 10 days, and the second was like, I think 30 days. I was locked up. I go out and got high and died. All right, and they almost didn't get me back. The first one was really bad. I think it was like 5 Narcans, and yeah, I was halfway to the hospital before they got me to breathe again. So I was gone for a good few minutes there, guys, you know, so you got to be careful of that, all right? That's just something you got to understand. But again, if you happen to stumble, just get back up. That's all that matters. And forgive yourself for it. Don't let it take you back out, because that guilt will get you to go get high again. Oh, you know, I did once, so, you know, fuck it, let me go. No, don't do that, man. All right? It takes way more strength to get back up than it does just to get back into the devil, to the, you know, to the demons. They want to take you out. They want to take everything from you, man. As long as you're still breathing, they got more to take from you, all right? Don't let them do it. It's not worth it. Yeah, keep that forward momentum. Build a little bit of self-confidence. Fall down, you get up. Be careful. And you know what? If you need medically assisted treatments, you know, whether it's, you know, methadone, Suboxone, Sublocade. I'm doing the Sublocade. I did Suboxone for a couple weeks, and I went to the Sublocade because I want it out of my hands. If I happen to take my will back, because I surrender my will to God every day, multiple times a day, guys. And I'm not saying you have to pray as much as I do. I just do it because that's what gives me strength. It's given me prayers, given me so much hope, joy, that, you know, that's who I am now, and I'm good with that. And I don't mind telling you that either. And I couldn't tell you that months ago either, because I'd be, you know, people are going to think I don't care, man. I don't care what people think. It doesn't matter what people think of me. It's what matters is what you think of you, okay? You got to know that you can do this, because you can, all right? Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up and keep these videos fairly short so you don't lose too much attention. Guys, if they're helping anybody, you know anybody that might help, please like, subscribe, share with an addict that's is struggling. Let's make a difference here, okay? We can literally be the generation that ends this epidemic of addiction, and that's huge, man. What better gift could we give to the to our, you know, our kids and our friends and family's kids, man? The future generations, right? What better gift would we get than get this goddamn monster off our backs, right? So remember, guys, you can do this. Believe in yourself. If you fall down, get back up. God loves you. If nobody else has told you they love you today, I love you. You can do this. Please get help. Seek help. If you can't find a way in out of the cold, then leave me a comment. I'll find somebody to come get you, and we'll do something for you, okay? I'll do anything I can for you. This is my life's mission now, okay? Thank you, guys.